What's going on, everybody? My name's Ronnie DiMaggio, product specialist here at BMW Morristown. In today's video, we're going to be doing a walk around and overview with this 2022 BMW X5. So the X5 is a super popular car here at BMW Morristown. We sell a lot of these. We have a lot of clients coming in interested in the X5. So we wanted to shoot one and bring it to you guys in a video, give you an idea of what it's like to check out an X5, and we'll walk you through all the exterior styling elements, some of the cargo capacity and rear seat space, those practicality elements, and just give you guys an idea of what it's like to check out and maybe own an X5. So this particular car is really well optioned, so we got a good one to demo for you guys. It has the executive package, the M Sport package, climate comfort package, some other good things, so it's really well equipped. And as always, the full spec sheet and price breakdown is in the description if you want all the specifics. But with that stuff said, let's go ahead and talk about this X5. So this is an X5 xDrive40i, so it's the entry-level X5, which means that under the hood is a turbocharged 3-liter inline 6 that makes 335 horsepower. So you can option up to a V8 in the M50 or the X5M if you would like. We do have a video already on the channel about an X5M if you're curious. So super potent powertrain, lots of get up and go, plenty of pickup. You'll never be wanting for power, even in the entry-level engine. So let's talk a little bit about the exterior styling. So this car is finished in carbon black and it is an M Sport. So the M Sport gives you more painted surfaces in the front bumper area, whereas a non-M Sport X5 or an X-Line car would have some black plastic in the bumper area around the wheel arches, in the rear bumper as well. So the M Sport is obviously a sportier look, more painted surfaces, looks a little bit more aggressive, and definitely a worthwhile option if you want to have a more stylish X5 if you're not a fan of that black plastic, which some people are for the durability and the practicality sake. You can definitely go for the X-Line, but I think the M Sport looks really good. Another thing I want to point out, this car does have the driver assistance professional package, so you'll see that little radar sensor down there in the lower portion of the bumper. If we want to move around to the side of the car, we can take a look at these wheels. They're a 20-inch wheel with a 275 wide tire. There are a bunch of different wheel options on the X5, so you have a lot to choose from. These ones look great, and they also have the blue painted M Sport caliper. That's part of the M Sport package. If you want that blue caliper, looks really nice, just adds a little color pop, especially against carbon black, which is kind of like a dark blue anyway. The lighter blue on the caliper looks really good. You have a nice little vent, accent piece right down here, trimmed in gloss black. You also have gloss black all around the windows and the roof rails because this car does have the shadow line package, so it gets you some of those black accents as well. If we want to move around to the back of the car, we can take a look at some of the more M Sport specific stuff. You can see you have this kind of light gray charcoal colored accent piece around the diffuser. That's part of the M Sport package. Again, in an X-Line car, that would be like a textured kind of flat black around the lower bumper area, but M Sport kind of livens things up a little bit. You have two pretty prominent rectangular-ish exhaust pipes. Looks really good. This car also has the tow hitch, so if you want to tow jet ski, small trailer, something like that, you have that capability in the X5 if you want to option it. And if you do even kind of think about maybe wanting to tow, your best bet is always to get the OEM trailer hitch. They're really tough to add aftermarket, so if you have any inclination that you might want to tow at some point in the future, make sure you get one with a tow hitch because it's super tough to add later. As for the rest of the rear end, so from here up, it's pretty similar to an X-Line car. The M Sport really only affects the lower bumpers, but you have these nice, sort of very lightly smoked taillights. This is kind of like a smoke color rather than white. But overall, just a really nice looking car, the X5. I think it's one of BMW's best looking SAVs. One of their best designs, one of their best recent designs that they've come out with, so looks really good. But that is going to do it for the exterior styling. We're going to pop open the hatch now, as well as take a look at the rear seat, give you guys an idea of some of the practical elements of the X5. All right, so here we are around back of the X5. Let's take a look at the cargo area, give you guys an idea of what your storage capacity is like. So a signature of the X5 is that you have a split tailgate. So you have your upper tailgate, and you have your lower tailgate as well, which is also automatic, so it folds down. This is really nice and something that's kind of overlooked. Having this tailgate to sit on maybe at a sports game or like a picnic or something like that is really nice. As you can see, it supports my body weight just fine, so nice little added benefit of the X5. But if you want to get in close, we can take a look at some of the storage space. And as you can see, it is really, really large in the back of the X5. plenty of space to put things. If you are going to be using the X5 as a family car, you have plenty of room for kids in the back seat, and then whatever it is that your kids need in the trunk, you have room for all that stuff and more. You do have a cargo cover. If you want that, you can pull this out and lock it in place back here so you can cover your cargo. And if you want to, you can remove the cargo cover by pressing this little button up here, and then it pops right out. So plenty of space back here, and you also have plenty of space if we lift up this bottom area. You have a ton of space down underneath the cargo floor. So if you're wanting for space and you need a lot of space to put things, you carry a lot of stuff, the X5 has you covered in every way. So we can go ahead and close up tailgates just with the push of a couple buttons, and let's move around to the back seat area, where you will see that the X5 proves itself to be a fantastic family car yet again. Plenty of space back here. I'm about 5'9", so sitting behind my own driving position, I have multiple inches of legroom. Headroom is not even a thought, not a problem at all. Really comfortable bench seat back here. You do have room for 3. You have a fold down center armrest with cup holders, and then this particular car does have a dual zone rear climate control as well as heated rear seats. So nice place to spend time for either kids or adults in the back of the X5. You have USB-Cs on each thing, the back of each seat, and then you have the little accessory holder down here for like an iPad holder or a coat hook or something like that. So that is the rear seat of the X5. Let's hop up front and talk about some of the driver-focused and front seat features. All right, so here we are on the interior of the 2022 BMW X5. So let's start with some of the cockpit-focused stuff for the driver. We'll talk about first the instrument panel. It is running BMW's Live Cockpit Pro and, of course, iDrive7 in the center, but you have this nice, bright, and really easy-to-read center, fully digital gauge cluster. So your speedometer on your left, tach on the right, and then, of course, you can customize what's shown over here on the right by pressing the BC button. You have the option of having a map or some other things in the center as well. So really nice, easy to read and customizable gauge cluster. As for the center screen, it is a touch screen, of course, or you can use the iDrive knob to control it, but it is running iDrive7, which gives you wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as BMW's built-in navigation system, fully Bluetooth capable, and you have enhanced Bluetooth as well, so you can connect multiple phones if you need to. So as far as tech goes, this X5, those are both standard, by the way, the Live Cockpit and iDrive7 and the touchscreen. One thing that's not standard, though, is as gesture control picked up one of my hand movements there, is the Driver Assistance Professional package. So I pointed out that radar sensor in the front bumper, but one thing that adds to the interior as well is this little sensor in the gauge cluster that looks at my eyes and makes sure that I'm paying attention as I use the driver assistance features. But it also gives you these little LED lines in the steering wheel, as well as some different buttons over here on the left. So Driver Assistance Professional is basically BMW's quote-unquote self-driving system. So it's obviously not full self-driving. You can't just punch in an address and have the car take you there, but it will help you on the highway, keep your lane, maintain your speed and distance with you and the car in front of you. So super helpful if you do a lot of highway driving. This X5 is equipped with that feature. We do have a full video on our channel already, posted a couple of days ago about how to use that system if you're curious. So go ahead and watch that if you want more details on that. But this X5 is equipped with it, and I always recommend equipping it if available. So great feature. Another thing while we're in that area is the steering wheel. So this is the M Sport, which means you get the M steering wheel. You have a little M badge down on the lower third spoke down there, and you also have a slightly thicker rim, so bigger 10 and 2 notches. Just a really nice, sturdy feeling steering wheel in the M Sport equipped vehicles. Really big fan of this wheel. You do have some aluminum paddle shifters on the back of the wheel as well. So really nice ergonomics for the driver and lots of nice touch points with the paddles. The steering wheel feels really good, all that stuff. Another thing that I want to point out about the X5 is that it is the middle level of the BMW SUVs. So you have the X3 below it and then the X7 above it. But being in the middle for BMW means that you actually have a really nice luxury car. Just like the 5 Series, the X5 kind of plays the same card. So you have really nice leather on the steering wheel. This car has coffee merino leather, which feels and looks really nice. You have some leather on the dashboard, some nice stitching, so really nice luxury feel in the X5. You have this brown wood trim, which has a nice texture to it. It feels like real wood. It's not some cheap plastic or something like that. It feels really nice, has a nice texture, and of course you can pop this center area open to get some more storage. So as we talk about storage, why don't we point out some of these storage spaces in the X5. You have a lot of space right here in the center console. You have 2 cup holders, you have a 12-volt power outlet, you have a USB-A, as well as a wireless charger, and another little space down here. So the wireless charger space will be there regardless of whether or not it actually charges wirelessly. You do have to option the wireless charger. You can tell this one actually does have a wireless charger by the little lightning bolt in that area down there as well. You also have really big door storage areas on the sides of both front doors. You have plenty of space to put whatever it is that you need, multiple water bottles, some papers, whatever you want down there. So lots of storage. Of course, you have a normal glove box with some storage space and then a pretty big center console as well. So lots of places to put things in the X5. Again, we always say that the X5 is a fantastic family vehicle, and that storage space just goes to back that up. Aside from being a family vehicle though, like I said, it is a great luxury car as well. One thing that this X5 has that kind of ups the luxury atmosphere is glass control. So if you take a look down at the center console area, you'll see that our start button, our shifter, and our iDrive controller are all trimmed in that crystal-like glass finish. Looks really cool, just adds a little extra something as opposed to that being plastic or just silver or anything like that. It's just a more upscale looking material. Feels nice, just a nice little touch that you can add on. That's not standard, but you can add it onto any X5. With that said, I think that is going to do it for the interior of this X5. Like I said, really, really nice place to be, really comfortable, great luxury car, great everyday car. Actually, before we wrap up, speaking of comfort, I want to mention that this car does have multi-contour seats, which is an option for the X5. So what that does, if you take a look in the screen here, you can actually see that I can move the upper portion of the seat independent of the whole backrest. I also get the option of extending out my thigh support independent of the rest of the seat like that. And you have adjustable side bolsters as well, so you can tighten those in, loosen them up. So if you're somebody that has a hard time getting comfortable in a car, the multi-contour seats are a fantastic option. I can't imagine how you couldn't get comfortable in these seats. They have great lumbar support if you wanted, adjustable bolsters. If you have neck problems or back problems, you can adjust the pitch of your head and neck really easily, so plenty of room to get comfortable. This car also has the Climate Comfort package, so that gives you heated front and rear seats, so that is a nice feature if you have people in the back frequently. But that is going to do it for the inside of the X5. So like I said, really nice car, really nice place to be, one of my favorites in the lineup. Just a great car all around for families and for a luxury everyday vehicle. So that's going to do it. Let's hop outside and we'll wrap up. All right, so that is going to do it for this walk around and overview of the 2022 BMW X5. Hopefully that gave you guys a good idea of what it is like to check out an X5. If you haven't had the chance to check one out in person, hopefully we were able to bring this X5 to you through video. So if you like the video, please drop a like down below, drop a comment if there are any questions you have or videos that you want to see in the future. Please do subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already, and browse the channel, check out some of our latest videos. We have a lot of good stuff on the channel, and we're trying to pump out as much content as we can for you guys in the future. So follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at BMW of Morristown. Give us a call at 973-455-0700, or come check us out at 111 Ridgedale Ave. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.